So I don't know if you're like me and you can't stomach two Republicans running for, well, one maniac and one Republican, right? Because Hillary Clinton is a Republican. I don't know how you could be pro-fracking, be on board for the Iraq war, destabilization of the Mideast, calls for the gutting of welfare, the deregulation of Wall Street, Honduras. But she's pro-abortion, so she's a Democrat. So this is what we're left with in America as the left. And I'm told that if I don't embrace that, if I don't vote for that, I'm told that it's because I'm of white privileged. That only privileged people. If you're poor and you're hurting or you're a minority, you're going to vote for Hillary Clinton, the person who embraced the prison industrial complex, takes money from private prisons, fracking, outsourced pro-TPP, NAFTA. Not sure about medical marijuana. This is our Democrat. This is our lefty. And if I don't support that, it's because I'm privileged and I'm selfish. And look, you see this even lefty websites. This is a lefty website left to run stuff like this. Why this black Bernie Sanders delegate says he doesn't have the luxury of voting for a candidate who represents your interests. I wish I had the luxury, but I have to vote for this warmongering corporatists who has destroyed black America, calling them super predators. But I saw this article at 34justice.com. They say many Jill Stein voters have it, privilege, and many Hillary Clinton voters do too. So if you're rich and you're voting for Hillary, it's okay. But if you're rich and voting for Jill Stein, that is horrible. But anyway, this is what this article says. It says the status quo is serving many people poorly. Because I'll tell you, I've been to Bernie Sanders events. I've been to Jill Stein events. I was just at one last week here in Los Angeles, this week. I met a lot of Bernie or Busters in Philadelphia at the DNC. I'm saying thousands. And they weren't rich. I don't think I met one rich guy. They were all working class, or worse off, unemployed, or the working poor. They were students. They were Hispanic. They were Asian. They were African American. So this is what they're saying. The status quo is serving many people poorly, proclaiming that because the alternative is worse, everyone must vote for Clinton, a politician who has championed policies that have actively harmed millions of people both here and around the world, is at its very best patronizing to those who are currently suffering. So that's patronize. So people right now who are hurting, the 50% of American workers who make less than $30,000 a year, 50% of wage earners in the richest country the face of the earth has ever seen, make less than $30,000 a year, who work every day, 8 hours a day. It's a promise of crumbs instead of a meal. That's what voting for neoliberalism is. It's a promise of crumbs instead of a meal, with the admonition that starving people better be thankful for the crumbs, as the other candidate might take even those away. This rationale plays on the fears of disadvantaged people and those who care about them, in order to perpetuate current power dynamics. What an elegant way to put it. What a great way to put that. This rationale plays to the fears of disadvantaged people. Of course it does. Hey, you better vote for this corporatist who's going to outsource your jobs and screw you over and keep building prisons and less money for... But if the other guy's worse... Its use is in many ways an expression of the very privilege it critiques. So let me read that again. This rationale is in many ways an expression of the very privilege it critiques. I don't hear many poor people saying that. I don't hear many poor people saying, "Oh, you're privileged, that's why you're voting for Joe." I never heard. I have yet one poor person say that to me. Here's the break. You want to see the breakdown? Let's remember that Steve O reminded me this on my other show for the Young Turks, the Aggressive Progressive. He reminded me that it was the Democrats that deregulated Wall Street. It was the Democrats that pushed NAFTA. It's the Democrats pushing TPP right now. It was a Democrat who tried to cut Social Security. Barack Obama just recently decided to stop trying to cut Social Security. It was Democrat Hillary Clinton who voted for the Iraq. It was Democrats who gutted welfare. It was Democrats who codified the Bush tax cuts permanent. Democrats who are now doing the surveillance state. These are Democrats. So this is what the Democrats has brought us. So here's the breakdown of voters for Jill Stein. I don't know how. Well, I'll tell you what this means. Now the blue bars are Hillary Clinton voters, and in that demographic for women. So 56% of the people voting for Hillary Clinton are women. Guess what? The difference is between Jill Stein and Hillary Clinton. 1%. 55% of the people voting are women for Jill Stein. So her demographic breakup for women is almost exactly the same as Hillary Clinton. Let's go to middle-aged or younger. She's killing it. 70% of the people voting for Jill Stein are middle-aged or younger, whereas only 42% of the people supporting Hillary are middle-aged or younger. So she's got senior citizens. The future is not getting behind the past, which was Hillary Clinton. People of color. Now, this is interesting. People of color. Yes, Hillary Clinton. 46% of the people voting for Hillary Clinton are people of color. 32% of the people voting for the Green Party candidate Jill Stein are people of color. That's with no help from the media. So that's Hillary Clinton, 46% people of color voting for her, 32% voting for Jill. That's pretty interesting. Also over here, income under 50%. Now, here's the people who are supposed to be privileged. Turns out Jill Stein, more people who make less than percentage of her voters make less than 50%. A much higher percentage of people supporting Jill Stein make less than 50% of $50,000 than the people supporting Hillary Clinton. So as a percentage, the privileged people are voting for Hillary and the non-privileged people are voting for Jill Stein. As a percentage of voters. Here's one more. No college degree. 64% of the people voting for Jill Stein have no college degree. So they have no college degree. They make under $50,000. That's the average, typical Jill Stein voter. So that's all bull. That's another one of those things to shame you for voting your conscience.